Who do you believe has the best hot dog in town?
Bolo, of course.
For over 20 years, the corner of Old Street and Hillsborough Street in Roseau has been home to Bolo's mobile hot dog cart, a place he serves his customers from Monday to Saturday with an easy smile and dependable presence. But this isn't where his story in the service industry for almost 40 years began. Hi, my name is Rhonda Luke, and I am Ronaldo Luke Pascal, and welcome to episode 3 of My Story, a weekly feature on DBS Radio where we bring you the voices of the people.
Each week, we share the life of one individual, their journey, their triumphs, their struggles, and the moments that shape them into who they are. This week, we step behind the cart and into Bolo's world. A man who once dreamed of becoming a soldier has instead turned that dream into a different kind of service, building Dominica's longest-serving mobile hot dog cart. In this week's episode, we uncover the man behind the apron, the sacrifices and the quiet determination it takes to keep a small business going on the streets of Roseau for over decades.
My name is Bernard Sinclair, aka Bolo, and this is my story.
Beginning his story, Bolo traced back his life's journey to his boyhood in Roseau, as well as his early departure from school and the quick leap he made into the workforce.
Originally from Roseau Central, so I lived in Queen Mary Street. That's right now the Independence Street. So I lived there in a yard there. So that's where I grew up. So most of my life, I lived in Roseau, but my whole family is from Korea. My mom and my dad, both are from there. But basically, I'm a Roseau man. Central.
And where do you live right now?
I'm living in Nubia. Yeah. Right, so I'm living in Roseau South, not far from Roseau this time.
Bolo, growing up, what schools did you attend in your early days?
Okay, I went to the 7 Days Adventist. And then I went to mixed school, and then Roseau Boys School, and that was it. I didn't go for that.
Growing up, what were your plans? What did you hope to accomplish in your early days?
My thought was always to be a soldier, but that wasn't a plan that could be established in Dominica. So I wasn't a soldier. But then I left school early. I guess I was behaving bad at a certain time. Good boy turned bad. That's what it is. So then I left school because my teacher decided that she wanted to beat me, and then when she gave me the beating, I actually, she actually started to cry instead of me crying when she beat me. So at that time she told me, when I was behaving bad, she told me, don't come back to school. So when she told me don't come back to school, I went home and I told my mom that, because it was like summertime. After summer, don't come back. So my mom told me, you can't stay in the house, you have to find something to do. So my sister was working at the company Silver Star. So her boyfriend gave me a job down there at Silver Star. So I was one of the people that irons the clothes. So I was one of the ones that would iron the samples. And at that stage, I used to iron shirts, and it was like my target for a day would be 1,500 shirts. Right, 1,500 shirts, and I used to do that every day, make it every day. 1,500 shirts every day. So I was young at that time, just only 15, started to work, and then the manager told me, I told the manager, my pay is not enough because everybody else gets more than me. and I'm younger than them, but I'm doing the same amount of work that they're doing. So I spoke to my supervisor, and I told my supervisor, well, he has to talk to the bossman to raise my pay. So then he told me, well, go to Mr. Charlie yourself. So I went to Mr. Charlie, and I told Mr. Charlie, I see that I'm getting that salary, but my pay is not enough, because those guys, they're doing the same. I'm doing the same target with them, and I'm getting less pay. He told me he was Korean, so he said, you little boy. I told him, well, me little boy have to get little boy target, because if you're not paying me the amount that they pay, you have to give me a little boy target. So then he said that then he looked at me and he said, you. So then when he told me that, he told me, well, next fortnight you get your raise, you'll get same pay with them. So that's where I started. That's my first job, started the work.
He shared that the name Bolo began back in primary school during a playful scuffle, and all these years later, that childhood nickname has remained, with time growing into the identity everyone knows him by today.
I was at mixed school at that time, and we were like wrestling in the schoolyard. It was school break. So me and a guy was wrestling, right? So now he started swinging a stick behind me. It's like a broomstick. So he started swinging that stick behind me. So I said, well, I could take one lash from that stick and grab that stick from him and beat him with it. So now it happened that now he swung it. I grabbed the stick. Then he ended up running. So now there's a guy that he used to live in town, but he's out of upstate right now. And then now he said to me, I heard him say, "Hey, Bolo!" And then I said, who called me that there? Next thing now, that's how I got the name, Bolo. So then he started calling me Bolo, and then everybody else started calling me Bolo just because of that event. That's good.
Bolo went on to reveal that making stuffed bread was something he and his late older brother used to do as children, racing to see who could fill the bread in 5 seconds. He never thought much of it back then, but his brother later opened a mobile cart, and when he needed an extra hand one day, that simple childhood game unexpectedly became his doorway into the business.
I'm doing this for like 36 years. Wow. 36 years. I started first in River Street with Daddy's son. That's my brother. He died some months ago. So he was the legend behind the thing. So it's he that I learned from. So then it was like we used to do a bread like in 5 seconds. That's my top speed, right? 5 seconds. Put a bread, cut fish or hot dog, everything in a bread with ketchup and everything. 5 seconds. I used to do that. So that's it.
In your early days?
That's right. Yeah, but not now.
But you're still fast.
Yeah, I'm still fast. Maybe I'll say maybe around 15 seconds or so. Yeah, but I'll tell you how I get into selling now. The way that is on, needed to have an appointment in the bank. So we're coming down from Scotia, because we're living from River Street to come down all the way to Social Security. That used to be the route to come down with his card. He left me by Scotia and he told me, well, I've got to leave now and I've got to go and do an appointment. You have to handle that thing all by yourself. That a nervousness took me. I was like nervous for the first time, dealing with customers. So, but then I handled it well. I thank God for that. And I did it from there, and from there on, I started selling, and I took over the business for a little while. I worked with him for like 13 years, and the rest of the years is for me.
After years of moving through the streets of Roseau with his mobile hot dog cart, Bolo explained how the corner of Old Street and Hillsborough Street eventually became his permanent location for over 20 years.
Well, that location, as I said, we used to move from River Street all the way down to Social Security. So then that location came to me because most of our customers were like down on that line. We church, social security, who else? The insurance companies. You know what I'm saying? So most of the sales were around that part. So then I decided that I'm gonna stay in this area. So I got this area, and the time that I started selling here, there was a boutique right there. That boutique was Ego's Boutique. You understand? So we started selling that there at that time. So that's how I got that location, just because of the movements.
Bolo, do you prefer the outdoor settings rather than an indoor restaurant kind of feel?
Definitely, and that's the vision of the business. It's not to go indoor, it's outdoor. Because when you see a bolo moving on the go, you want to have a bolo right away. You understand? It's like, why bolo? Just give me a bread, and you'll see sometimes vehicles will be passing, and bolo, give me 2 codfish there, please. And then they would start putting the codfish. They'll make a wrong. And I give them a codfish on delivery right away, and the bread and the juice. So that's it.
For the past 3 decades, have you ever explored anything else in your menu, introduced new things, or has it always been your bread and codfish and sausage, or anything else have been introduced?
No, nothing else now. And actually, I would say that is on started. We used to make corned beef, used to make tuna, codfish, and smoked herring. But I'll tell you, since the mention of mad cow, we had to drop that and go to codfish and tuna. But right now, I think tuna is a bit taxing, so we can't do tuna. You understand? And besides that, I don't really have a cold space for tuna, so I stick with the 2. That way, we stick with smoked herring and saltfish. And these are the most loved by people: smoked herring and the saltfish.
Well, if you had to give us an estimate, how much breads would you say that you sell per day?
But if I say that, I'm going to come in. But anyway, with my speed, you know, I could estimate that I could do a lot of bread. That's all I can say. I can do a lot of bread. That's it. You understand? Yeah.
The father of one notes that while he may be the face of the business, it's his hardworking team that truly makes everything possible. He went on to describe what a typical day looks like for him.
For prepping, I don't really prep. So when I come down, I have workers at home. They prep. So they do the prep for the next day. I just come and offload the prep in the pot and start cooking it up. I'm doing our magic. That's my wife and I, right? We do the magic in the kitchen. Make it work.
So a lot of people think that you're a one-man show, but you have people who assist you.
Definitely behind my back. People has got my back. And if I didn't have them having my back, I don't know what I'll do. But then I thank God for my workers and my wife behind my back. Yeah.
And around what time do you typically get here in the morning?
Okay, we typically get here in the morning, maybe about 9. Sometimes I get there 8:30, but sometimes it does be challenging. The times does be a bit challenging. But I get up in the morning around 5 o'clock to start my work. But it takes a lot of work to get these things together. Yeah, in the morning.
And what time of the day would you say is your busiest hour?
Well, it depends. It depends on the time of the month or at the time of the day of the week. Yeah, but it always have an up and down. Business is like that. Because I had all the people doing that kind of business because they come and ask me about that. But now they started now at Christmas time. So you know, Christmas is a bang. People have a lot of people there. So then now when January comes, they would say, well, boy, Bolo, what happened now? I tell them, just hang up it there because that's how it is. Because in January it goes down. You know what I'm saying? And then it picks up back in February because of Carnival and people coming back, you know, and so on. So that's how it is. But even now, sometimes it goes a little low, but we have season. So it's like Carnival, Christmas, you know, these times. World Creole Music Festival, you know, we can get a lot of people. So that's how it is.
He advises small business owners to lead with passion, stressing that nothing can succeed without a genuine commitment to the work you do.
You have to love what you do and do what you love. Because if you're not in love in what you're doing, you're not gonna have the longevity that you need to take that business where you need to take it. Because if there's no love for it, then it's gonna fall on the wayside. So love what you do and do what you love.
Bolo, who is deeply rooted to his faith, offered a heartfelt gratitude to his loyal customers, saying their unwavering support over the years is what has allowed him to return to the streets each day to make an honest living.
Thank you for being faithful to Bolo's Mobile, and God will continue to bless you, because when you invest in Bolo, you make an investment in God. All right. So, and the most important thing, make sure that you have the bread of life. That's in Christ, right? I sell the bread and cut fish and smoke, but make sure that you have the bread of life, and that's Christ. Make sure that you have salvation. That's what takes you to heaven. Okay?
Well, just hearing that, I guess your faith is something that drives you.
Definitely, it is. And it keeps me patient with people as well. Because sometimes some people can be having a bad day, and they could come by you and they are very angry, and then you need to hold their weight and rest it down nicely. Sometimes I have customers come and like, and I say like, good morning, how are you? And things like that, to try to calm them down and bring them in a mood that to eat. You understand? Because we can't eat in a bad mood. So just laying down their loads, that's it.
In the words of the veteran,
Definitely, it is my passion. I don't see a day that I don't want to do this, because it's like saving people. That's my passion. You understand? That's what I want to do, and I think that's my gift. So my gift, I use it, and then it's like that's like nothing to me. You understand? So saving customers, it's easy, does it for me, right?